Properties of continuous functions. Now let us discuss properties of continuous functions. The notion of continuity plays a vital role in mathematical analysis. An important property of continuous functions is that their class is closed under the arithmetic operations and under compositions of functions. The various algebraic combinations of continuous functions are used to prove the continuity of polynomial and rational functions. Functions that continuous on intervals have properties that make them particularly useful in their applications. In this section, we are interested in real valued functions defined on the set R of real numbers. Theorem: let A subset of R and C belongs to A. If f and g are two real valued functions defined on A that are continuous at C, then f plus g, f minus g, fg and kf are continuous at C where k belongs to R. If h from A to R is continuous at C and if h of x not equal to 0 for all x element of A, then f over h is continuous at C. Now we discuss the proof. First one, f and g are continuous at C. So for all sequences xn in A that converges to C, limit f of xn equal to f of c and limit g of xn equal to g of c. Since f plus g of xn equal to f of xn plus g of xn, it follows that limit f plus g of xn equal to limit f of xn plus g of xn, which is equal to limit f of xn plus limit g of xn equal to f of c plus g of c equal to f plus g of c. So f plus g is continuous at C. Similarly, f minus g is also continuous at C. Now fg of xn equal to f of xn into g of xn shows that limit fg of xn equal to limit f of xn into g of xn, which is equal to limit f of xn into limit g of xn, which is equal to f of c into g of c equal to fg of c. So fg is continuous at C. Similarly, kf is also continuous at C for k element of R. Now f from A to R and h from A to R are continuous at C and h of x not equal to 0 for all x belonging to capital A. So for all sequence xn in A that converges to C, limit f of xn equal to f of c and limit h of xn equal to h of c and h of xn not equal to 0, h of c not equal to 0. Since f by h of xn equal to f of xn by h of xn, it follows that limit f by h of xn equal to limit f of xn by h of xn, which is equal to limit f of xn by limit h of xn, which is equal to f of c by h of c equal to f by h of c. Therefore, function f by h is continuous at C. Let us consider an example. A real valued function defined by f of x equal to x is continuous for all x element of R. The repeated application of the above theorem shows that function g of x equal to an x raised to n is continuous for all x element of R where n is a positive integer and an is a constant. Using the continuity of this function, we can prove that a polynomial function defined by p of x equal to an x raised to n plus an minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus etc. plus a1x plus a0 is continuous on R. A rational function is defined by r of x equal to p of x by q of x, where p and q are polynomial functions on R. Since every polynomial functions are continuous, it follows that a rational function is continuous at every real number for which it is defined. So, using the above results, we can establish the continuity of functions like f of x equal to 3x raised to 4 plus x square plus 5 and g of x equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 by x square plus 1. Theorem: let A subset of R and f from A to R be a function. If f is continuous at C element of A, then the function absolute f is continuous at C. Proof: Let f from A to R be continuous at C element of A. Then for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that absolute value of f of x minus f of c less than epsilon whenever absolute value of x minus c less than delta. We refer this as step 1. Now absolute f of x equal to absolute value of f of x for all x shows that absolute value of absolute f of x minus absolute f of c equal to absolute value of absolute f of x minus absolute f of c, which is less than or equal to absolute value of f of x minus f of c less than epsilon whenever absolute value of x minus c less than delta by step 1. Hence, absolute f is continuous at C. We make the following remark. The converse of the above theorem need not be true. Consider I equal to AB subset of R and C element of open interval AB. A function f from I to R is defined by f of x equal to 1 if x greater than or equal to c and f of x equal to minus 1 if x less than c. Then absolute f of x equal to absolute value of f of x equal to 1 for all x element of I. So absolute f is a constant function and hence it is continuous at C, but f is not continuous at C. Theorem. Let A, B subset of R and f from A to R, g from B to R be functions such that f of A subset of B. If f is continuous at C belonging to A and g is continuous at f of C, then the composition g composite f from A to R is continuous at C. Proof. Given that f is continuous at C element of A and g is continuous at f of C element of B, let sequence xn be any sequence in A that converges to C. Then sequence f of xn is a sequence in B that converges to f of C. The continuity of function g at f of C shows that sequence g of f of xn converges to g of f of C, but g composite f of xn equal to g of f of xn. Therefore, limit g composite f of xn equal to limit g of f of xn, which is equal to g of f of c equal to g composite f of c. Hence, g composite f is continuous at C element of A. Remark 1. The composite function g composite f may be continuous even if either f or g is discontinuous. Consider the functions f and g defined on the set R of real numbers by f of x equal to 1 if x is rational, f of x equal to minus 1 if x is irrational, and g of x equal to absolute value of x for all x element of R. Then f is discontinuous and g is continuous on R, but g composite f of x equal to 1 for all x element of R. This is a constant function and hence g composite f is continuous on R. Remark 2. The above theorem is very useful in establishing the continuity of certain function in many situations where it would be difficult to apply the definition of continuity directly. The continuity of quite complicated functions like f of x equal to sin x cube plus 1 or g of x equal to 3 cos x square by sin square x plus 4 can be proved easily using algebra of functions and composition. Hope you enjoyed this session. We will come back with another unit. Until then, goodbye, take care.